features with Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya. Creature features and all creatures and all creatures, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Don't get you tonight.
Well, that's somewhat rather interesting.
What might that be?
I'm sworn to secrecy. Oh, all right, if you insist. Tangela says that whenever you're off to make an extended visit to the loo, you'll always carry in with you a comic book.
I'm surprised you were still deceived into believing her baseless lies.
I've seldom known her to ever lie.
Then she has simply confused me with the bad habits of the handyman. I do not read comic books. I rest my case.
Enough of this detour into toiletry. Welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent, the bloke over to this side, claiming he does not partake in literary relief whilst sat upon the commode, would be my beleaguered butler, Mr. Livingston. And the dainty young lass over to this side, who can fashion an impressive pipe bomb using only common household kitchen goods, would be the lovely and congenial Miss Tangela. And do we have a most incredibly spectacular program in store for you? First, our guest will be joined by the wonderful Andrew Farago. He's the curator of the legendary Cartoon Art Museum on Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco, a storied repository of comic book history which was commissioned by the world-famous Charles M. Schulz himself. Andrew will tell us about this renowned collection, maybe bring a few rare items to share, and tell us how you can visit this shrine to the world of illustrative arts. He'll also chat us up about tonight's film, which will be The Night Walker from 1964, starring Barbara Stanwyck, Robert Taylor, and Hayden Rourke. Tangela, Hayden Rourke played Dr. Bellows on I Dream of Jeannie. Isn't that most superb? The story revolves around a wealthy woman who is traumatized by recurring dreams regarding her jealous and allegedly dead husband. This is yet another William Castle gem that we're sure you will all adore. So don't go away, for it is to be another night of gaslighting comic book fright right here on Creature Features.
Here you go. Thanks. Oh, can you leave Spider-Man next time?
Right. Stay tuned. So, Andrew, do you know that if people were not watching our program and instead switched over to channel 4 or 8, they could watch King Kong?
That's a wonderful choice.
King Kong. Now, don't switch over. Tonight's movie is better than King Kong. This wasn't the good one. This is the one with what's-her-face. I did not like the one with what's-her-face. And look, there's only 2 helicopters and not 1,000, as it should be. You need 1,000 helicopters to take out King Kong.
You do, for King Kong.
Right.
He's the king.
Welcome to the show, and welcome you to the show. We've got Andrew Farago, is that correct?
That's correct.
Andrew Farago, correct. You are the curator of the Comic Book Museum.
The Cartoon Art Museum in San Francisco.
The Cartoon Art Museum,
yes.
San Francisco. How long have you been doing this?
Over 20 years at this point.
20 years? You don't look old enough to have been doing anything for 20 years.
It's the ink. The ink keeps you young.
Oh, is that it?
Yes.
No, it's the spirit of looking at comic and illustrative art that does it not?
I think so. I think I know more 100-year-old cartoonists than anybody.
So this was something that was helped to be created by Charles Schulz.
So yes, our founder is a gentleman named Malcolm White, a very brilliant man, writer, publisher, friend of cartoonists, and he had an amazing collection that he wanted to share. And he figured out how to do that, and the best way to do that was to establish a museum. And Charles Schulz and his wife Jeannie were two of his biggest supporters from day one.
Right.
And Jeannie Schulz continues to be our top supporter to this day.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yep.
Now, this predates Charles Schulz's own museum, right?
It does. It does. We started in 1984, so we've been carrying that torch and leading the way for a long time now.
How wonderful. It's always been in San Francisco.
Yes, always been in San Francisco.
Oh, nice, nice. All right, well, we're going to see some samples from your museum. We're going to talk some more about how that came about. But we got to get to this movie, The Night Walker. Have you seen it?
I have.
Good. So it's a good film.
It's a good film.
It has Barbara Stanwyck, and it's got Hayden Rourke. He played Dr. Bellows on I Dream of Jeannie, so you know it's going to be a quality film.
And Paul Frees as the narrator, so there's an amazing...
Paul Frees? Nobody told me Paul Frees narrated. Whenever Paul Frees narrates something, it's either really good or it's Bullwinkle.
It is.
One or the other. All right, what do you say we start this film, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some of your stuff, all right?
Excellent. Can't
wait.
All
right, off we go to The Night Walker, 1964. Don't you dare go away, because it would be really dumb if you did. Welcome back to Creature Features. You know, this film was perfect for having an expert on illustration. The whole opening...
Animated.
Is an animated illustration with Paul Frees doing the voiceover. Wasn't he not wonderful? What a voice.
It's not a Jay Ward cartoon without
That's
Paul
right.
Frees.
No. It's missing if he's not there. Anyways, good movie. We'll get back to it in a moment. But first, let's talk about this. What do you have here?
Yeah, this is a book by one of my favorite artists, Dave Stevens, and this is typical of the work that we exhibit at the Cartoon Art Museum.
The Rocketeer. May I?
You may.
Oh, this is very nice, and this looks like ancient, old style.
Yeah, Dave was a brilliant artist. He loved the 1930s, so he was.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
This was his love letter to 1930s
right
pulps and serials.
No, it looks like a Indiana Jones film.
Very much so. He actually, in fact, he was one of the storyboard artists on Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That does not surprise me at all. It's got the look and feel. This is wonderful. Now, is this something that somebody might be able to purchase at the museum?
Yes. So we actually, this is, we're showcasing his original art thanks to his sister is the caretaker of his collection. So he sadly passed away about a decade and a half ago from leukemia. But his sister keeps his legacy alive.
Carries on the torch.
And that's one of the things that we do. We want to we want to celebrate wonderful artists of the past and present.
So if somebody were to go into the museum, what type of work would they see of his in your establishment?
They would see the first chapter from The Rocketeer.
The original
artwork. So full-sized original artwork. They would actually see his storyboards from Michael Jackson's Thriller. That's one of his...
he did that as well.
One of his jobs that he did over the years. Paintings and illustrations. We've got, again, contemporary and past artists, and we just love comics. We love celebrating.
Now, what I find interesting about your establishment is you're in Fisherman's Wharf, which is a tourist area.
It is.
Typically, you don't find a museum other than like the Wax Museum or Ripley's Believe It or Not, but you don't fall into that category.
No,
You're a real art museum.
We are steps away from Ghirardelli Square, so we get the chocolate shoppers. We get
all the chocolate. So do people go in with chocolate on the face and say, "Oh, can I touch your drawings?"
They're covered in chocolate. They're wearing their Alcatraz T-shirts.
Oh,
they
how
are
wonderful!
Eating fish and chips,
and frightening at the same time.
Wave them
all right.
on through.
Well, let's get back to this film. When we come back, we're going to take a look at another item, right?
Yes.
All right. Off we go to the Night Walker. Don't go away. We'll see you soon.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
You know, your little plushie looks like a tomato.
What is it actually?
I think it's supposed to be a fish, right? No, it's like a puffer fish or something, but it looks like a tomato. Anyways, welcome back to the show. Andrew stepped away for a moment. I think he went to get more items because he brings interesting things when he goes out.
Yes, he does.
And he brought interesting things for us, and we'll see more of that in a moment. But first, we're going to do some mail because you sent us mail, and if we don't read it, that would be just wrong, would it not?
It wouldn't be right.
It wouldn't be right. It would be wrong. So what do you got for me, Mr. Livingston?
I have something from Oakdale, California. Rosa Lane, it would appear her name is.
Rosa Lane Medlock. That's a nice name. From, it says Sacramento. Oakdale, I guess, is by Sacramento, right?
I would gather.
All right. What have we got? It looks like a nice card. Peace and joy. A Christmas card. We're a little bit late on Christmas, right? You know, if you want to send us Christmas stuff, send it to us in November because it takes a while for us to go to the mail and stuff, right?
And it takes a while to cycle through them.
That's right. All right. She goes, I sent you jewelry before. I pray you're all well and happy. We remember that jewelry. Thank you so much. It was wonderful. May God bless you all. Bless you as well. Have a wonderful Christmas and New Year's. To Vincent, Mr. Livingston, and Tangela, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Love from Rosaline Faye Medlock, age 71. You know, that's one thing I like about doing this program. When I was doing rock and roll, I would not get 71-year-old people sending me nice cards like this. I would get hateful, angry messages from 18-year-olds saying, "Go away, boomer." He has no response to that.
This one is from San Lorenzo, California. Larry and Jasmine.
I've been to San Lorenzo. Have you?
I don't believe so.
No, it should be called Saint Lorenzo, should it not? Oh, this is Larry Keiko's. He's the Planet 8 guy. Remember, he's been on the show. All right, so it's an abominable snowman and a lovely ski bunny. And the card says, greetings from Planet 8, wishing the motley crew of Creature Features happy holidays from the Planet 8 podcast crew. Our mission commander, Larry, still wants to go on a Sasquatch expedition out and around the Polter Mansion. Perhaps when we next visit the show? Absolutely, but I'll tell you, the only Bigfoot around here is standing right here with me.
Otherwise, I would be falling over.
What are you, like size 16 shoe?
14.
Size 14 shoe. That is a Bigfoot, if I've ever heard of one before. And she's got tiny feet. It's like, she wears like size 4.7, something like that, right?
I don't think they're that small. Would you like this, or should I give it to her directly?
I give it to her, by all means. Spooky Christmas gifts. That's got spooky Christmas gifts. And a note.
Well, it's all black.
Oh, this is nice. All right, this is from Tabitha Brooke. Tabitha.
rather heavy.
We don't get too many notes from look at that wonderful wrapping jar. Why can you not wrap presents like this? You know, he wraps all the presents for us, and he never does anything as lovely as this. It's true.
I was unaware of this discrepancy.
All right, she goes, Dear Creature Features cast and crew, hello from Newport, Washington. That would be Washington State, right?
Yes.
Right.
There's no Newport in Washington, D.C.
Is there?
No.
Oh. My name is Tabitha. I am an actor up here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. I wanted to send a few gifts along with my thanks for all of your hard work and dedication. It was great to find your YouTube channel. My boyfriend and I were thrilled to see that the freaky film fire Bob ignited has been kept burning so brightly. Oh, that's quite a compliment.
Quite.
I recently had my foot amputated.
Oh, no.
Did I read that correctly? I recently had my foot amputated, so I have had a lot of time to watch TV. Well, that's not good, but if you're watching us, I suppose it's all right, right?
It's rather unfortunate.
No, all right. So I want the cast and crew to know you have one more yearly subscriber to Creature Features TV. Thank you so much. You know, a lot of people don't know about Creature Features TV yet.
Well, they're learning, I think.
They're hopefully learning because if you go down here, you can learn as well. To Vince, I gift a poison ring. Oh my goodness, look at this. That's gorgeous. It's like coffin shaped.
Does it open up?
And it looks like it'll fit me as well.
If
it doesn't fit or clashes with the gloves, it would look great on a chain. You never know when you might need to give someone a taste of their own medicine. That's wonderful. No. I don't always wear these, so I will wear that when I am not wearing these. To Tangilla, I gift a haunted locket. Oh, look at this. That's gorgeous. May the delightful poltergeist attached to it bring you endless friendship and enjoyment. And finally, to Livingston, I gift a pocket watch. Oh, my goodness.
It's quite nice.
That's gorgeous. One with powerful hypnotic ability. I know you'll use it wisely. Thanks again, Tabitha Brooke. P.S. Merry Christmas if you get this in time.
Thank you, Tabitha.
We got it in time. It just takes us a while to get it in front of the screen. But thank you so much. Next up, Mr. Livingston. Is that my ring?
That's your ring.
Very nice. You know, Tabitha, that doesn't mean we're married or anything. Oh, good Lord, look at this. It's fragile.
And it says for Tangella. But
For
I guess you'll have
Tangella, the
to
note
read it.
or the gift?
The box.
So I may read the note if the box is, this is a long letter. I shall read quickly. This is from Mary O'Daly in New York, New York. Well, you know, I've still not become accustomed to saying New York twice like that.
So nice, they named it twice.
New York, New York. Right? You know, it'd be nice if in the UK we had York, York, right? No, maybe not. All right.
No.
Hail to Creature Features. Long live Vincent Tangella, Mr. Livingston, and Andrew. It is a pleasure to be in the company of your gifted creative genius. You make me smile, and more importantly, you make me think. Keep up the talent. Terrific. I love you. This dollhouse is a gift for Tangella. She is the perfect guardian for the little lost girl ghost who resides within. We're getting all this haunted stuff, are we not? Yeah,
Indeed.
We appreciate the gifts, but why would people send haunted items to a haunted house? I suppose.
I guess they find it appropriate.
I suppose, right. Well, thank you, Mary. That was quite kind of you, and I'm sure she will put that to good use. Is that it for mail?
That would be that.
That is it for mail. If you'd like to send us mail of your own or a haunted dollhouse, go to Hello Creature Features, and you will find out how to send email, how to send gifts, and how to send a cargo ship full of yachts.
I don't think so.
All right. Forget the cargo ship, but the other two things, for sure. We will be back soon with Andrew, but first let's get back to The Night Walker, 1964. See you soon.
Hello
Hello friends, Tangela and I would like to take a moment to compel you to join Creature Features TV. It is our new streaming service that offers you early access to Creature Features from your computer or your favorite set-top device. You can see the full archive of Creature Feature episodes, movies we've yet to present on the show, a library of items from the original program, plus many other items you won't find anywhere else. Your small yet generous subscription fee not only supports the operation of the service, but actually helps finance the creation of our show. It's a very inexpensive way to ensure that we'll be able to continue producing Creature Features for years to come. Not to mention it'll keep Tangela out of making mischief and wreaking havoc in the village as well. So please visit creaturefeaturestv.com to learn more. And thank you so much for your support. You do cause trouble. Tell me, Andrew, who does your hair?
You know, it's. I just wake up, roll out of bed, and this is what happens.
It looks more healthy and manageable than mine. Perhaps I should get my hair cut like yours. Anyways, welcome back to the show. We are watching The Night Walker with a wonderful Andrew Farago, who is the curator of the
Cartoon Art Museum.
Cartoon Art Museum. I keep wanting to say comic, but it's the Cartoon Art Museum. But before we get to that, this film. So Barbara Stanwyck, the main star of this thing, she was married to that other bloke. What's his name? Robert Taylor for 12 years.
12 years.
Prior to this movie. Can you imagine making a film with your ex?
12 years from now.
That would be a horror movie for me. And I imagine others. But we'll get back to the film in a moment. What do you got on your lap?
Okay, I thought this was appropriate. This is Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing.
One of my favorite comic book series, and we are actually featuring one of the artists in our galleries right now.
So this is a multiple artist project, and this is which one?
Yes, Alfredo Alcala is
Alfredo. Oh, look at this.
He was an incredibly talented artist from the Philippines, and we're actually spotlighting
this is nice.
Filipino comic book artists right now. A really amazing, talented group of artists.
This is wonderful. Swamp Thing. I remember this television program. No, it was fun, but you say it was a comic book first, right?
Comic book first.
Right.
Len Wein and Bernie Wrightson came up with the character in the 1970s.
Oh, it's that recent.
That recent.
I'm thinking this was like back in the Creature from the Black Lagoon days, but obviously no.
There's a long history of swamp creatures in comics. Wonderful history.
So how did you get into all this?
You know, I grew up reading newspaper comics, and I just never stopped. So as soon as I could read, I was interested in.
But that was your pastime, right? I mean, what makes you go from pastime to full time on something?
I was the kid who took it too seriously. So I was the kid who wanted to know.
Okay.
I learned how to spell Schultz when I was 4 years old, and I had no patience for anybody who couldn't.
Right.
Do that, and I wanted to know the stories
now, is it
behind
pronounced
the
Schultz or Scholes?
It's Schultz, yeah.
Schultz, as
Schultz.
Sergeant Schultz.
Yeah, Hogan Tierra is yeah.
All right, well, let's get back to this film, and when we come back, you got another book for us to see,
Absolutely.
Right? All right, off we go to The Night Walker. Don't go away. Thanks.
Hello, my friends at Creature Features. This is Katie from Chicago, and I just wanted to thank you for putting so many of my favorite movies up on YouTube, and I love watching you guys every time there's a premiere, and I hope you have a fabulous holiday, the whole lot of you. So, have a good one. Thanks.
Hello, this is Livingston. Apparently, one of my newly acquired domestic duties is to request help for our show financially by asking you to visit our Patreon page. Your generosity will help keep Creature Features on the air, which I'm not entirely sure is a good thing. However, with only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new programming each week, which apparently some of you curiously enjoy. And should you have the desire to give even more, you might even receive a gift from Ms. Tangella. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
Welcome back. Peanuts. We're going to talk about Peanuts. But first, this film. I'm confused. Is she dreaming, or is this real life for her in this film?
Are we dreaming? I don't know.
No, this is confusing me. It's almost like, what was that film, Inception? Where it's like, is she in a dream or is she not? Who knows? It's a mystery. Anyways, what in God's name is this tiny little Peanuts book?
So this is an exhibition catalog. So this
exhibition catalog
marking the 45th anniversary of the Peanuts comic strip.
So all these items were in the museum.
On display.
On display. Originals, I imagine.
Yes, original artwork from Charles Schulz himself.
Right. And so this is almost like a program.
Yes.
One would receive at a play or something like that.
Nice little keepsake. So you visit, you view the original art on display, and if you want to remember everything you've seen, that's
right. And all the comics
there.
Are
You
in
go.
There. This is amazing. So do they typically do something like this for every show?
We don't manage to do it for every show. It's a big process. It's writing and publishing and creating an entire book on top of creating an exhibition. So.
An enormous amount of work, obviously. A lot of layout. And you said this is how old?
That is about 30 years old.
So they probably did not use Macintosh computers to do this, right?
No, it was
right.
Probably an abacus and a hand crank.
Abacus and hammers and nails to create this. And staples, I see there's 2 staples.
Those had only recently been invented, and we were really excited about that.
It's good to use the new technology for the time. Anyways, so how long have you been doing the curation part?
So I've been doing that about 20 years at this point.
20 years.
Same place, working with artists and collectors all over the world.
Now, did you come in as, hello, hire me, I'm a curator, or did you start at the bottom and work your way up?
I started at, and I'm still at the bottom in some ways. I started as a volunteer.
Chief bottle washer.
Absolutely. Whatever they needed me to do, I did it, and that caught the attention of the director, and he hired me on at the first opportunity, and I worked my way up.
Because you're dedicated.
And
you like the process. You know, there's people who work at places and you go, this person should not be working here. They have no interest in the item that they're representing, but you obviously are one who loves this genre, right?
I've got newspaper ink in my veins.
Right. All right, well, speaking of veins, let's get back to The Night Walker, 1964. And when we come back, we'll have something else interesting to show you from Andrew. See you soon.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories. If you don't desist, I shall cancel your subscription to Morticians Monthly.
So all these images look different.
They are. They are by
I mean, of course, they're different, but they look like they're done by different people.
different artists on each page. So this was a tribute that we put together, a tribute to Bill Watterson and Calvin and Hobbes. So we got a lot of our favorite artists, some of his favorite artists.
That's fantastic. So
do their own renditions of Calvin and Hobbes.
if you're a fan of Calvin and Hobbes, you could see him in different styles.
Yeah. So Lynn Johnston, Patrick McDonnell. We've got some comic book artists and animators.
Brilliant.
Terrific people.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah.
I wish I could put these all up on the screen, but this one, so who's this?
That's Christian Macy.
And what's he famous for?
He's a very talented caricature artist. So he's probably got a dozen different comic book titles he works on, but he's primarily a caricature artist.
This is absolutely wonderful. So this was a book that you put together, but it was not necessarily an exhibition?
This was an exhibition, and this was actually a fundraising auction that we did. So a number of wonderful artists stepped up because we're a nonprofit organization. Right. We're always in fundraising mode.
Right. So the worthy cause was the museum.
Yes.
Right.
So they stepped up. They are all fans of Bill Watterson and his comics.
And of course, he had to probably greenlight this as well, right?
He did. So we reached out to him. He gave us kind of a shrug, which is that's an enthusiastic response from him.
Right. Is he a bit of a grump?
He's a private person.
All right.
Very very private. So he said, "Go ahead," and we did it. He saw a copy of the catalog. He gave a.
I bet in secret he was most thrilled.
He'd
never seen anything like this.
I bet he did a little dance when he
Right. No, and of course he got a copy as well.
Absolutely. We sent him one.
That makes sense. All right. Well, what do you say we wrap up this film, and then when we come back, we'll find out what you're doing next.
Okay.
All right. Off we go to the end of The Night Walker. Don't go away after the credits because we'll have Tangela here, and Andrew's going to do a magic trick or something, right?
That's the plan.
That's a good one. All right. See you soon. I knew it. I knew she was being gaslit. This is the movie Gaslight, just done with Barbara Stanwyck, right?
It is.
Barbara Stanwyck. You know, I liked her better on Big Valley. You ever watch that program?
Yes. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, there's horses. I don't recall any horses in this film. Anyways, it's a nice film, very nicely done. It was sort of had that film noir thing going on, right? We like film noir. She likes film noir.
Absolutely.
I don't know. She doesn't speak French, but she likes film noir, so that's all right. Anyways, what's next for you in the museum?
We've got a full roster of exhibitions coming up this year, and so talented artists from California and far beyond.
Right.
So I'm always talking to artists. I'm traveling to conventions and festivals and
What a fun life you
comic
lead.
shops. Yeah.
So the website for the museum is?
Website is cartoonart.org.
Cartoonart.org, and
Got a
they can
full
learn.
complement of classes and live events and
Right.
artist visits and all kinds of fun things happening there.
And you're open every day but Wednesday.
Every day but Wednesday, right
day
by
but
Ghirardelli Square.
Right. So somebody doing like the tourist thing in San Francisco, you're going to walk right by this wonderful museum.
I'll be
You have
there.
to go see it. Right. And you work.
I'll be
6
there.
days a
I'll be
week?
there most of the time. Yeah.
No, he's dedicated. That's important. All right, Andrew. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, and we really appreciate it. Next time you're in Bodega Bay, come see us, all right?
I will. Thanks for having me.
All right, as far as you guys are concerned, thank you for watching our program instead of that bloody King Kong movie. You were upstairs watching King Kong, were you not? Unlike her, you were nice. So we appreciate you watching our program. Have a wonderful weekend, and don't forget, we love you. We'll see you next time. So, Andrew, I'm thinking we've been talking about doing a comic of our scenario here, and I'm thinking if we did, perhaps we could one day exhibit the pages in your wonderful museum.
Might not work for us, but maybe Ripley's will take it.